Handley Page Hampton pilot in cockpit, 1940. Flames and smoke billowed from a Martin B-26 B-30 Marauder SN41-3184, unit marking YUH, after being hit by flak near Rebreuve-sur-Canche, France on February 5, 1944. Bomb bay doors of B-26 Marauders opened before a May 1944 raid on a railroad bridge near Florence, Italy. The rail line transported ammunition and supplies to German forces. The B-26 carried a 4,000-pound bomb load. American Martin B-26 Marauder, Louisiana Mud Hen, a.k.a. Circle Jerk, P-4131-986, from the 453rd American Squadron of the 323rd Bomber Group, shot down over Wittlich, Germany on November 23, 1944, by German anti-aircraft fire. Erich Hartmann, born in 1922, developed an early interest in aviation. His training was interrupted by World War II. Ju87 Stuka destroyed at El Alamein, November 1942. On April 21, 1989, Sur-71, ramp strike of a VF-124 Vought F-7U-3 Cutlass, Buno Nunstein 595 on the USS Hancock CVA-19, July 14, 1955. Unidentified U.S. air crewman posed with a broken B-17 wing after a crash at Thurley Airfield, England, 1943-45. A B-24 Liberator disintegrates midair after a direct flak hit over Europe in 1944. Major James B. Tapp checked fuses on his P-51D Mustang's rockets at Iwo Jima. The B-24J bomber, the chambermaid, sustained heavy damage during its 36th mission over Iwo Jima on September 11, 1944. Despite hydraulic failures, fighter attacks, and engine fires, B-24H-1CF, 392nd BG, 579th BS, Last Frontier crash landed at Wendling, UK, after 3 engines stopped. First Lieutenant Alan Guest's P-47D Thunderbolt burned out at USAAF Station AAF-408, Beaulieu, after a mechanical failure on June 2, 1944. Lancaster bomber dropping food parcels in Ypenburg, Netherlands, during Operation Manna, May 1945. Only furnished to December 1944, LT Henehan of the 346th FS, 350th Fighter Group stands in the hole in his P-47 left wing. Cole Ray J. Stecker of the 365th Fighter Group inspects a flak hole in his P-47 in France, 1944. Latour Morehouse of the 375th FS posed by his damaged P-47C on April 9, 1944. Technical Sergeant Mexico J. Barraza, a gunner and radio operator, at his position in a B-17 Flying Fortress during World War II. B-17F Flying Fortress 42-3135, battle damage 1943. Heinkel Heave 111 shot down during the Battle of Britain in 1940. Douglas SBD-5 Dauntless Dive Bomber of the 31st Composite Squadron, VT-31, crashed into the sea from the USS Cabot, CVL-28. A collision of an Italian stunt-flying squadron jet with 2 others resulted in an explosion during a German air show on August 28, 1988. Human error caused the accident. U.S. Marines inspected the remains of a destroyed Japanese H-8K flying boat on Saipan in June-July 1944. 3 Kingfishers aboard New York, BB-34 in Casco Bay, Maine, on June 16, 1943. In 2004, a Bell P-39 was salvaged from a Siberian lake, where it crash-landed in 1944. Patrol flight of a Messerschmitt Bf-109E7 trope along the coast in the Tobruk battle zone, July 1941. Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress. No balls at all, 42-31-36. Shot down February 22, 1944, is being scrapped. A crew member surveyed damage to his B-29 from Japanese flak fire during a Tokyo raid in April 1945. The B-24 Liberator bomber, Lovely's Lady Avenger, serial number 44-493 of the 466th Bomb Group, crashed in Malmö, Sweden on June 21, 1944. Heinkel He 111H bomber of 4 KG-26, coded 1H plus FM, shot down in England in 1940. Grumman TBM Avenger damaged during Typhoon Cobra on USS Anzio, CVE-57, December 17, 1944, Philippines. Loading a Mark III torpedo into the bomb bay of a TBF-1 USS Lexington CV-16. TBF-1 Avenger crashed on deck USS Yorktown. Northrop P-61 Black Widow test firing forward guns. A photo shows a mid-air collision between a Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress and a Bell P-63 King Cobra at an air show in Dallas. Shot downing a B-17 Flying Fortress with only one parachute over Africa, WWII.
An intact A-20 Havoc Light Bomber USSB the Soviet under the List program during WWII was found intact on the seabed in the Gulf of Finland at a depth of about 100 meters. The aircraft IS-11 meter long with an 18 meter wingspan. IT Zemka Brother instead Dama to his Soboyan 5 after return to the USS EZ Fallout Tarawa in 1943.
German Luftwaffe Panavia Tornado dispensing submunitions. A U.S. Army Douglas DC-3 accidentally hit a mountaintop on the Gauley Glacier in the Swiss Alps on November 23, 1946, gliding onto the glacier and becoming stuck. The crew was rescued by the Swiss and U.S. armies. Bf-110 rammed by a Soviet fighter. In 1996, two Fa-18 Hornets collided during air combat maneuvers over the Atlantic near North Carolina. Despite significant damage to both planes, one lost its nose cone, canopy, and engine. The other lost portions of its wing and tail. Both pilots landed safely. Crashed F-4U aboard USS Prince William, CVE-31, February 1945.
US Marine vào S-4U Coxside in flight. Now for heavy ordnance, rocket launch and endurance. A Messon Stime 410 Hornet Rocket in space, Sweden on April 11, 1944, Christine A. Ratter. Captain Robinson at the photo machine used on his F-4, the camera ISA-24 in fighting. Time the F-15IG KV bin shot down. Shadow of an RF Afro Vulcan B-2 bomber passing over the 20, Wreck of a USAF B-24 Liberto in the Sahara Desert. L-2G Japan Transport Plan, shot down by American fighter. German Armored Adjusting Weapon of a BF-109 Fighter of J-3, Auli 1941. B-24L of 389 TH BRTA Direct Hit from Epelaka and Immediate Rack Apat. Barley Damaget B-17F 42 29673 Audius on May 15, 1943. AB-26 Marauder, Hit by German Anti-Aircraft Fire, Castled without landing gear, Break or Wing Flap. One crew member was killed, another seriously injured, and two were strained in the tail. The pilot flew for nearly an hour. Boeing B-17F 42 5357, forced down and captured, was destroyed by American T-40F Trident F for a Luftwaffe Air on January 5 TH, 1943. B-17G 429788 Comical Miss From The 324 TH Bomb Squadron, 91 SCT Bomb Group, was hit by flak during a raid on Cologne on October 15. David Dama, Tung to Basimber. Hebron the Red Runner survived minor injuries. Like remain from The 525 TH Bomb Squadron, 379 TH Bomb Group, instead the of B-17G 42107 after it was damaged attacking Pasecalai and Chebet on April 20. B-17F 4230613 Susu Baby Veer of The Runway on Take on April 9, 1944, causing no injury. It was Sangva for Park and Scattered on April 12, 1944. A pilot in an RF Harry GR9AZ just in time at Kanda Air Base, Afghanistan. AIS Sodi Possessed in the cockpit of a Henkel He 162 Volkswagen Fighter in 1945.